This message is to Israel. I'm Gabriel Yak. There's something that needs to be, seriously discussed and, addressed. And you talked about this amongst yourselves afterwards. You need to understand something. You see all these rules in the world, restrictions. It's all bullshit. You got Israel telling people, with a one-way ticket, they're not sure how long they want to stay. They were there for a relative, with their relatives, or weddings, whatever. They're being told, you can't stay in Israel for more than 2 months, or or you have, like young Israeli soldiers asking, heroes that they know are heroes, they're asking for their passports, passport, Maimini, whatever. That's not cool. I mean, let's come to one realization. Aside from the fact of the whole tribe of Yehuda fiasco that was pulled off by me personally 5 years ago, by yours truly, Gabriel Yak. I did that. You guys need a lesson and taught you one. As well, I called everyone out in Israel. I said, you guys like, being barbaric and you like, going one-on-one with each other. How about you guys give me a give me a little shot, right? It's no shot though. So I was the one who, said, let's all see who's better, me or whoever, soldiers or whatever, all on one. I kicked all their asses. That was me. Netanyahu said he doesn't want to give out the name for a reason. He made the right choice. You guys would be excited, and you guys, wouldn't want to see me leave when I was leaving Israel. I came to Israel on vacation the first time ever 5 years ago. I came here. This is the first time I see, this is home. I'm home. I mean, aside from the fact from all of this, I want to, talk a little bit about ethics, morals, dignity, even honor. God gave the land of Israel to the Jewish people. When, God sent the Jewish people in exile too. The 10 lost tribes, wandering Jews, obviously. And as many know, that, the tribe of Yosef is in Israel, having a good time, of course, which is good. And has along with them a lot of the tribe of Binyamin. And, of course, the fews of other tribes. You see these rules. I want to explain something. What did Egypt do? Egypt. I mean, it's after Passover, we say screw Egypt right now, but, what did Egypt do? The people, don't know about, many people don't know about, but, it happened. What did Egypt do? Egypt made rules on each other, purposely just to make rules on the Jews, to say we all follow, these are the rules here. They made rules, restrictions, only in Egypt, And to bring the Jews into slavery, of course, they, tired them out. They said, they made up a whole economy problem, just like America did when there was no economy problem. Just to steal money from the world, of course. I'm not going to get into, what I know now. But, the whole economy thing, when the world says there's an economy problem, there's something going on, obviously. There's no conspiracy going on, clearly. There was never an economy problem. Just like in Egypt, there was never an economy problem ever back in, before the Jews became slaves to Egypt, obviously, right? So, it's like, they made this up to get the Jews to get into, being wealthy and making wealth for Egypt and themselves. So they made them work their asses off very hard. They got tired, exhausted, fatigued, overworked. Then they enslaved them and they said, look, Jews, the whole world is saying if you try to come out of slavery, we're going to attack you and we're going to kill you. Of course, that's not the truth in today's day and age. I mean, the Jews outpower the Gentiles way too much, clearly. Especially with Gabriel Yak involved. So there's no question about it, obviously. Clearly. So, this was the deal in Egypt. Everybody would come attack the Jews if they tried to come out of slavery, though. So what they do, they make, rules, laws, restrictions, kind of like Israel's doing today to Jews. And So they made the Jews follow laws. The law, like in America, right? There's no such thing as the law. It's all propaganda, it's all conspiracy, it's all bullshit, honestly. The law comes to an end now. The only thing that's to be followed as far as laws go are the 7 Noahide laws. For the Jews, the Torah, obviously. You see, having lawyers to enforce laws and court hearings, courts, whatever court, to, to say, we'll go to court and we have a judge for our laws, the laws that we made up. Well, they're not the laws of the 7 Noahide laws. So, the world needs to stop practicing this bullshit now. Before the Jews get involved, clearly. And the obvious mistake is Israelites do the same thing too. The only thing when it comes to court is only for the 7 Noahide laws. So please start following the 7 Noahide laws. Gentiles, Jews, it's for everyone to follow. The 7 Noahide laws were given to Noah. So these are laws, as far as laws, restrictions go. That's where it's properly, to be enforced, if anything. And the Jews, follow the Torah to the highest. That's the way you live. That's life. We got the Torah. The ancestors of the Gentiles rejected it for their future descendants as well. Thank God there are many converts. Congratulations to them. But our ancestors didn't. We accepted the Torah. And we're just like them. And as far as accepting the Torah goes, to the highest of honor even, we accepted it. It doesn't matter now. So, Israel, you have laws on people, like all kinds of laws, Israel. I just want to, bring to attention the fact that, Egypt, this is Egypt's old tactic. Whoever put these laws in place, wherever and all over the world, were following Egypt's never destroyed documents, I like to call them. Things have been passed down. Gentiles, amongst each other in certain areas of the world. No, their ancestors and ancestors passed things down and said, these were our friends, the Jews were our friends, before this and this time, all the history and stuff, So you want to know who the Jews are to them too, It's some things haven't changed too, But many Gentiles don't realize we're not exactly, Torah says Esav hates Yaakov, right? We're not exactly Yaakov's descendants anymore like that. We are Yisrael's descendants. They don't understand. It doesn't come to mind to Gentiles that, we're Yisrael. We're the Jewish people now. After the Torah was given especially, God gave Yaakov the name Yisrael. It's called Eretz Yisrael too. So, all these, laws and stuff and restrictions and stuff, this all came from Egypt's past, the past Egypt that enslaved the Jews. Made them follow laws, they followed laws. Then they were fatigued and tired. Before the Jews were tired, exhausted, fatigued, and weren't working like slaves, they could beat the whole world at the time. Us Jews in this generation, tired, fatigued, exhausted from sex or anything, we could beat the world easily. I know that for sure. Take it from me, I'm a guy who knows, military things and all kinds of things, We beat the Gentiles every which way, too. No threats, of course. I'm just saying, this is the generation of the Mashiach. We're living in the generation of the Mashiach. We're living in a time of Mashiach, redemption's on its way, obviously. There's a lot going on now. And the world's, seen things they've never seen before. The world's heard of people they've never heard of before. Only in the generation of the Mashiach do you have opportunities like this, where where people at the actual top get their chance, get a chance. To shine or whatever time being, where else are you gonna hear of shooting stars everywhere? The shooting stars are out there. I like to call them the shooting stars too. So all these laws and restrictions, it's all Egypt's doing. Of course, Egypt's plan, Pharaoh's plan, Egypt's plan to enslave the Jews. So what are you doing? You're following the ways of Egypt of making the Jewish people slaves to, rules, laws, restrictions. It's all spiritually not good too. We all know what's good and not spiritual between me and you, Israel. I mean, there's Yerushalayim, between us. Yerushalayim needs a lot of cleaning up. Yerushalayim needs to clean up now. We're not bad people. We don't pick on people. We don't pick on Gentiles. I know Gentiles like picking on Jews for fun because the Jews are that strong. I'm sure, Gentiles think they could beat Jews still. It's fine. It's fine to think so too. But, one thing Gentiles know is they can't beat Gabriel Yak for sure. No matter what they want to say, what they want to bullshit. We all know what the truth is, though. So, I do things according to the Torah. I do things the Torah way. Especially as far as actions go. In life. Because that brings me life. It's called living the life. And, you need to ask yourselves one question, Israel. What's life to you and what's death to you? Life, you might categorize or describe as a feeling. I feel alive. Life, this is life. I feel it. Life, do not say, this is death. I feel, this is death. Death, you might categorize something as death. Some people feel alive. Some people feel dead inside sometimes, What's life to you? Feeling alive too is. What's death to you? Feeling dead inside too is. People get sick by feeling dead inside too, The wicked are called dead, for example. These people get sick too, They cause people to get sick too. I mean, you got a world full of, mind games. I mean, guys like, people like me and, guys like from the tribe of Yehuda, for example, that you saw in Israel, kicked everyone's asses, they called them. Because in Israel needed a lesson. The tribe of Yosef especially needed a lesson, though. Netanyahu said, I won't tell you who these Yehudim are. When everyone wanted to know on TV, and I was watching too on TV, he said, I won't tell you who these Yehudim are, though. So, people like us, we don't play games. We don't play games. We might go down or look down for a reason, Maybe we're doing a hero job, Maybe we're, saving people. I mean, heroes sometimes, act and look like they're not heroes. So, get attacked instead of everyone else getting attacked because, they can handle it. And they know what to do, though. So, I know Israel likes to play games, with each other, especially podlisty, all kinds of stupid persecutions, the list goes on. And I told you lessons about that too when I was there last time. You just don't know how, though. It'll be my pleasure to come back again and call everyone out again, though, for fun, if I want to, though. I mean, it was fun, We had a bunch of martial artists, soldiers, men, women, all coming at me, getting their asses kicked. Everybody on the floor, of course. I mean, it's no secret. I used to do it when I was a kid. Invite everyone, the class, the school. Let's call everyone Gabriel. Everyone said no, you're too small, but you're too strong, though. But it's no secret. I've beaten classes on me. We're practicing. Yeah, with a face too. I was like 8, 9 years old, 10 years old. It was fun. Things haven't changed when I got older too, though. I'm still a big kid, right? I'm 28 years old now, and I see 28. Your hard working life really pays off. It's a different life now. When you're a man, though, Speaking of hard work, what about the hard work that all the Jews put into, to what's right, Israel? I know you disregard that. I know you like disregarding that, but you need to know something, Israel. The Jews in exile don't play as far as Israel goes. The tribe of Yehuda house doesn't play at all. They don't play games at all. I mean, Israel's getting stupid and out of line with me because they heard I was a hero or something, or someone said I was a hero or something like that. So what I did was, I contacted people that I know. I know information about tribes and information about all tribes, And, I called many from the tribe of Yehuda and I told them what's going on. Like, bring you there. Brought them there. They came, whooped everyone's asses in Israel, man. The law. You can't impose law on the tribe, on the tribe of Yehuda. I'll tell you that, Israel. The world can't, no one can. You see, the world hasn't heard of the tribe of Yehuda, and the world never will hear of the tribe of Yehuda because they're that great. The tribe of Yehuda is full of big heroes, too. And, since you were putting down and mocking heroes, even each other, because I was there in Israel 5 years ago on vacation, do mind you, I had to call a bunch of heroes to teach you lessons, only from the tribe of Yehuda, though. No offense. Take it out if you want, honestly. So they kicked everyone's asses and left. Too strong, right? So, this is a warning, Israel. I know you keep many Jews in exile from making Aliyah unless they join Israelis in some way, in some fashion, or whatever. You're keeping the right people from making Aliyah, Israel. I mean, this is between us. This is a message from me to you. I mean, I don't want to teach you a lesson all by myself. I mean, it's too easy for me to do, honestly. It's too fun. I don't have that much fun anymore. I got, older this time, I'm mature this time. But, I heard you kept my boys, and you kept, a lot of, the right kinds of people in the tribe of Yehuda for making Aliyah, I know you're all together. We know you're all together. I mean, it's no secret. The Jewish people in exile, sooner or later, are going to not understand you're all together, which is good. It's a good thing. It's just not a good thing to be together, against the right kind of Jews making Aliyah and doing the right things. I heard there's certain restaurants that like, kicking righteous people, tzaddikim, out for using a bathroom, because this is what Israel does, right? You guys need to cover up these disgraces. You're messing with people who could slaughter you, honestly. Don't play with tzaddikim anymore. You see, these people hold back. Tzaddikim, the incomplete kind, the complete kind, they hold back. They don't want to show you what wrath is like. They don't want to show you what their power is like too. So you guys keep playing with fire, and you're interfering with the foundations of the world. You're interfering with the cornerstones of the world's progress. It's creating a serious. I like towards the Jewish people in one body, right? It's troublesome to the Jewish body, is what I want to tell you. And I mean, it's no secret if the world doesn't do justice, Israel will do it with the world if they have to, though. But if Israel doesn't do the right justice, the tribe of Yehuda will do Israel a justice as well, though. Israel will then do it with the world, though. So, I don't want to share what iconic is like. I mean, don't make me icon Israel now, right? I mean, 5 years ago, I came to Israel on vacation. 5 years ago, I was the guy who secured it. I was the guy who secured Israel forever and ever. Well, not too long ago. It was a couple of years ago. I mean, I was there for 5 months, doing the right thing. I had fun. I had a blast. Thank you for the good time, Israel. And no thank you for the bad time you gave me at certain times, Israel. It's fine. It's fine. No hard feelings. No hard feelings. We're all family. Us Jews, we're all family. Many Jews don't know that, though. Gentiles don't know that, too, though. My worry is not the Gentiles, unlike Israel. I mean, you talk to all these so-called leaders in the world who are mob run, who are not real leaders, and they don't want to ever get involved with real leaders in the world, or real kings in the world, or real superpowers in the world, or real, icons in the world, or real anything in the world. I don't care about Gentile hatred, honestly. I don't care about Israeli hatred, honestly. I mean, Gentiles are free to hate on me. Israel's free to hate on me. But you will hear me if you do, though. Try me, please. I don't play games, I mean, I'm cool. I'm cool with Gentiles. I'm cool with Jews. I'm cool with Israel. I'm cool. It's all good. I'm cool, you know. But when it's time to get serious, when it's someone's responsibility to say something, and Israel doesn't, or people don't, I'll come through if I have to, though. So call it legend or not, I don't care. Call it whatever you want or not. Call it iconic. Call me icon if you want. I know who I am, but most of all, I've never heard of the tribe of Yosef, to be honest with you. I've heard of God, though. I don't need to hear the tribe of Yosef. I don't know the tribe of Yosef the right way. Honestly, I've heard of your bullshit. I don't want to know the tribe of Yosef too honestly. I don't want to know of Israel too honestly. The right way. Clearly. It's only the right way with me, baby. So, you got all these laws, restrictions, and you say, I'm not talking about the safety ones, the ones that, that everyone agrees on. I mean, for example, the injustices that the world has, with, saying, for example, a woman or people or a man, for example, can't fly from Italy to New Jersey, maybe, unless they have a job in Italy. These rules are made to inconvenience you, to tire you out. I mean, all these rules were made for the Jews for a reason, though. So, it's not my turn to take care of it. I mean, if you're making it my turn, I'll take care of it. I mean, the world doesn't need to know what they already don't know. You know what I'm saying, Israel? I mean, you deal with the small time stuff here, Israel. Deal with the small time stuff too, man. Please. Like I said, you got all these rules, restrictions, and it's very impolite. It's not proper. It's not nice. What you do is not nice too, especially publicity. There's no reason for people to be bothered on the vacation, Israel. I'm not talking about me though. I mean, Netanyahu came. He said, "Now we're on vacation." I said, "What's up?" Came, in the morning to my hotel a few times. That was fun. That was nice and fun. Thank you for the good time. Nice Israeli soldiers to me. But, all these rules, on Jews, from Jews to Jews, is not proper. I mean, the rules in exile on Jews, it doesn't bother us really that much. Unless they make it life or death, and you have to, do what you gotta do, though. I mean, Jews and Gentiles would be separated because, they clearly don't know of one another, of each other, the way they're supposed to know, too, though, in their best areas. Gabriel Yak knows, though. People are supposed to, travel free, journey free. They're not supposed to be put in jail after a big journey because they had a journey and somebody didn't, for example. I mean, you have this kind of bullshit going on in the world right now. They say, you go to jail, you go to prison because you did and I didn't, I'll say, let's all have fun. Let's all have fun now, The bullshit's behind us. Let's all have fun now. Forget the past. Let's all have fun now. Let's move on now. The tactics of the past, I mean, before the Torah was given to after the Torah was given, I mean, it was possible to make the Jews slaves before the Torah was given. It's impossible to make the Jews slaves after the Torah was given. It's kind of like Yaakov manifesting itself before the Torah was given, and Yisrael manifesting itself right after the Torah was given. So, it's going from awesomeness to awe. So, I'm trying to say here is that, I'm not talking about the world, though. I'm talking about Israel. I'm talking about Israel, just Israel alone. Israel, you're making, rules, laws, restrictions, and, it's on Jews. And it's just Israel. God gave the land of Israel to all of us. Jews. God gave the land of Israel to the Jews. They shouldn't have laws and restrictions. It's home. You go home, you be treated like home. You gotta earn you gotta make your way to live home again. That's the business of the exiler, So, I mean, there's no reason to, go that far, to take it that far. I know Israel wants to put the sword in the tribe of Yehuda's heart because the tribe of Yehuda is, that much better than Israel. I mean, I know that. But it's really the tribe of Yosef that can't handle what the tribe of Yehuda is like. I mean, they're that great too, though. But, the tribe of Yehuda outleaps the tribe of Yosef. Anytime, any place, anywhere. Easily. Easily within easily. You know? With Gabriel Yak personally involved, it's too easy. That's the truth. I mean, you know, let's not forget, I secured Israel 5 years ago. I secured Israel, you know, forever and ever before I came to Israel, 2 years ago? And, you know, the Arabs heard of the tribe of Yosef, Israel. What's, you know, left of Israel, and, you know, the Jews are in exile right now, you know. And God sent the Jews in exile for his reasons. Okay, it's fine. He's God, he knows what he's doing, right? But, you know, your Arabic problems are bullshit to the Jews in exile, to be honest with you. You see, the Jews, you see these 9 tribes always follow the tribe of Yehuda before the exile happened, before the Jews went in exile, whatever amount. And the tribe of Binyamin, of course, followed, you know, the tribe of Yosef. So there was your division right there, right? Your past Arabic problems are honestly bullshit to the same as, you know, bullshit to, you know, the Jews in exile. The Jews in exile can handle them easily, honestly. Or anything, you know. The Arabs, with all due respect, of course, have never heard of the Jews in exile. They just know the Jews are in exile. The 10 lost tribes, right? So you got the tribe of Yosef. You have a lot of the tribe of Binyamin in Israel living there. Congratulations. But to say one way or the other, we live in Israel and you don't, and we have fun in Israel and you can't, and not letting the right Jews go and make Aliyah live in Israel to make a difference, to build it the way it was built before. We know who destroyed it too. Believe it or not, we know what's going on too. You know, I came home 5 years ago, it brought to my attention finally. You know, but of course I had to mind my business because it was right to. You know, people have their tests, people have their turns, people have their times. You know, you can't just go up there with the best, you know, unless you really earned it the right way or the wrong way. I mean, you know, to get the attention of the top, you know, you hit top, you go rock bottom, right? So, you know, you guys have made this a little too serious there. I know what's going on. You see, me and my boys know what's going on. We heard a few things, my people know what's going on. We heard a few things. You need to put an end to it before you find out how seriously it is going to be Israel. No threats, you know, not even promises. It's all action, baby. You guys need to do the right thing before the right Jews from exile get involved and do the right thing for you. It's no game. I know Israel likes to sit lazy when it comes to doing what's right for the Jews in exile, when it comes to Israel especially. No one invited you to do the, you know, what's right for Jews in exile. You still never came to learn that, right? Just come through what you're supposed to in Israel. Israel for Israel, you know, come through what you're supposed to when it's your job to anywhere in the world, right? I mean, you treat us nice in Israel when it comes to, you know, treating us nicely. We treat you nice in exile. You know, you're always welcoming. It's always a welcoming thing on, you know, both ends of the straw, right? So, you know, you guys need to cut all this, you know, laws and all this, you know, federal bullshit out. You know, I know the Gentiles made this. But they've yet to reach the top offices of the world. And, of course, what you see on TV is all bullshit. It's all, this is what the world wants to see. So the people on top don't give a rat's ass. The world wants to see bullshit. They'll see bullshit on TV. You know, even if they, you know, people on top of the world stop watching TV because bullshit like Barack Obama has been on there and, you know, putting all kinds of stupid things on TV purposely, you know, so nobody watches anything but him. I mean, TV's truly sucked now for the last over 5+ years now. I mean, the people on top don't give a rat's ass, you know. He's been trying to get the attention of the people on top of the world. I mean, they don't give a rat's ass, you know. He's lucky he didn't get the attention of the people on top of the world, honestly. They don't give a rat's ass anyway. He's nobody to the people on top of the world. He is, was, always will be. Just like Israel is. You've yet to hear of the top. And I'm here to tell you, do your job and don't go over the top, Israel. Don't see what above the hill is like, Israel. I know you'll get the Gentiles involved when it comes down to it. They will get defeated if they do what's wrong. It's the Jews in exile trying to do what's right when it comes to Israel. I know you say and act like it's our Israel, it's our Israel. It might be your Israel in your own way, but it's our Israel too in our way. We're in exile, you know. We miss home deep down inside. We're trying to make our way back home. But yeah, you made it unsuitable for us, especially high-profile Jews, to, you know, live there. Nothing's built there the way it's supposed to be, the way it was a long time ago. We don't know the history there. We don't know what happened. I'm not going to say it to anyone watching, you know, who's really not in the mood to know anyways. They're not supposed to know. They're supposed to know them. Can't handle it, you can't handle it, right? So, there's a lot of things, you know, you people can't handle too. There's a lot of things you don't know too. You know? Your big brother shouldn't be gentle on you, right? So, I'm asking nicely, please do the right thing. Remove all these rules and make Israel the Israel for Jews again, especially for Jews in exile again. I mean, you get the Gentiles involved, they don't know what they're involving themselves when it comes to waging war on the Jews in exile because, you know, all they've heard is the tribe of Yosef and Binyamin's tribe of followers. Following Israel, and the Israel that is today is completely loser profile compared to the profile it once had a long time ago, which was high profile when the Jews were living in exile. You know, they said there were two conflicting kingdoms, from the tribe of Yehuda and from the tribe of Yosef. Well, it's really the tribe of Yehuda just, you know, letting you be a kingdom and letting you get out of line because, you know, it's just the way you are, right? They accepted you for the way you are and were the wrong way when they shouldn't have. That's the truth. That's the truth. I'm not threatening anyone here. I'm just telling you like it is. I'm just saying like it is. I'm just calling it like it is. No war intended, no fight intended, no violence intended. I don't like violence, you know. I might like fighting, I don't like violence though, you know. Fighting is always good. Practice fighting is always good. Fun is fun, right? Sparring is always good. That's what we did in Israel too. You know, your leader Netanyahu, one thing. Remember one thing. Me beating his ass in front of my school when I was about 8 years old as a kid. One too many times. So, your past leader or leader whoever is Netanyahu. Netanyahu is a joke to me. Now I know you like listening to bullshit leaders. I don't care. I have no problem with that. Honestly, that's the truth as well. I can, you know, beat all your past leaders in any one-on-one in anything. Doesn't matter who it is. And you know, any leaders in the world. I mean, if they want to try me, it's no problem. Fun, you know, as long as it's for fun. You know, there's no question. I know what I can do. You know, I'm not going to get into whatever, but I'm just saying, you know, listen to the better man here now. I don't care, you know, you say he's 28, 5 years ago you said he's 23, and, you know, you were shocked endlessly, and nobody wants to say who did it because they were shocked. You know, I've shocked Israel one too many times anyway. I don't care what your beliefs are, you know. You believe whatever you want nowadays. I actually don't care. But let's not make it a reality to what the truth is as far as what no one could be in the future. Israel, you've transgressed. I'm not into all this history bullshit you're into and all this, you know, I am this, I am that, that's me, though he did that over me, or I am, this and this guy, and he's greater than me. I'm not into all this bullshit, honestly. Do the right thing. Take off all these restrictions, especially this, you can't stay in Israel for more than 2 months bullshit, and all this paperwork bullshit, unless you really need it. Unless everyone agrees on it, too. Remove all this bullshit from Israel. This is home. Instead of saying, I'll say it with a PH when I say the F word, fuck you, welcome to Israel. Make it a welcome to Israel now. Israel, right? You can start by cleaning Yerushalayim up now. I know people like taking your time. So Yerushalayim has a lot of big problems, and you're still ignoring it because of what you believe. But, you're no longer going to stop Jews from coming to Israel and making aliyah in Israel and leaving because you terribly disgusted them and gave them a bad time while they were there, on vacation especially. You see, Israel, you don't ruin someone's vacation. Even if you tried to ruin mine and couldn't, and didn't mean it afterwards, and apologize, who cares? You don't ruin anyone's. I'm not talking about me now. I'm not talking about me at all, honestly, right now. You don't ruin anyone's vacation in Israel, Gentile or Jew or anything, I know Israel had problems. Israel doesn't have problems ever again because of Gabriel Yak, the icon to you now. But of course, Israel does have problem and trouble and exile, and I told you guys, even though Israel is secured, you should watch your backs when you go into exile because your enemies, even from within Israel, follow you out there and try to kill you there. So, that's what you need to do now. Arrogance never paid off, did it? You got the attention of the Jews now. You got the attention of the Jews in high positions in exile now, countries of the world lied and said, they're corporations and this and this. They always lied to the world saying these are the people who are controlling the world on top of the world. It's all bullshit. It's all just, they know they're being ignored. They're apologizing on the inside of this. Gentiles, Jews, Gentiles. It don't matter. You want to see bullshit on TV? You're seeing bullshit on TV. You believe that's how the world is? Okay, you don't see the best on TV then. You don't see the best speakers on TV. You don't see the best leaders on TV. You don't see the real powerful people on TV. You don't see super powerful people on TV. That's fine. The majority is the majority. With all these rules in Israel, you have to understand you're making it for Gentiles even, and Jews even, very easy to fail in following the 7 Noahide laws. It's your responsibility to make sure, according to you, that Gentiles are following the 7 Noahide laws. We're given the Torah. We have a responsibility of the Torah. It's not our job to babysit Gentiles. Why make it your responsibility now? We don't babysit Gentiles. You shouldn't be babysitting at all, too. Gentiles shouldn't be babysitting Jews, too. The mercy of the wicked is cruel and it's wrong. This is what Israel has these days. What's it, a golden calf? Are you going to make a golden lion this time and worship it? The tribe of Yosef starts these things. They care about how great they are. I don't give a shit, man, what they care about, Good Lord. You made all these rules. The world doesn't know what's going on. Fine. But you made all these rules inside of Israel. This goes inside the Jewish people too. This is what bothers us. If you want to put bullshit on TV, put bullshit on TV, man. Just don't involve us in it. This comes from the Jews in exile. We're not with you, Israel. Jews in exile, we're not with you, Israel. We tower over you, Israel. You worried about, you cared about attacks from Arabs. You cared about attacks from Gentiles. You don't care about attacks from Jews. That would be much serious, Israel. No Jews want to attack Israel. But yet, when they come to Israel, they get provoked. You're calling for attacks. You think attacks from Gentiles is more serious than attacks from Jews? You ain't seen nothing yet, hopefully, right? No one can beat the Jews in exile. Remember that. The tribe of Yosef likes handling the small-time stuff? That's what you do then. You get the tribe of Binyamin following and assisting you? That's what you do then. Whatever your responsibility is, do it. Do you feel something pending in your soul? Like you have to do something? Don't put it off. You can't live. Remove all these rules. Remove federal from Israel before federal comes to crisps. By real heroes, Israel. That's too serious. They shouldn't be in there with real heroes. Okay? Israel? Federal Israel? Federal Israel. Federal shouldn't be in there with real heroes. It's a complete disgrace and dishonor to real heroes. This ain't a draw going. This ain't going to be a draw going. It ain't even going to be a Rocky. You've never seen anything like what this could become. I know they're kids. I know they're jumping on these feet. I know they're hugging these feet. Leave it at that now. You got responsibilities, handle them. This is between the Jews, Israel, not between the Gentiles and the Jews of Israel. They're out of the way now. If I say get out of the way, they'll get out of the way at anything, man. We're that tight too. We got no problems with each other too. Over here, us Jews and Gentiles in exile, we got no problems with each other, to be honest with you too. We're too tight at times too, though. It's fine, it's fine. But the Jews in exile are not tight because of you, Israel. You make life harder on us. Why? Because you say, we live in Israel and you don't. You come to visit Israel and they can't wait to leave because of you, right? All the rudeness, all the, podlisty, like in Russian it's called podlisty. Remove federal from Israel, please. Making rules on people that are improper, unless they're for safety, like traffic lights, things like that, are completely the attempt to enslave Jewish or Gentile. This was Egypt's plan. This is where it's from, okay? The people that did this are responsible to change it too. Not the Jews in exile, honestly. This is all made for enslavement purposes of the past, not of the future. It's time for the Jews to start heading back home, believe it or not. I don't care about what Amalek thinks or not. Amalek will die. Amalek will die torturously at the wrong hands as well. You see, Amalek is like the tribe of Yosef, just evil. Amalek will die. Edom will perish. Edom will burn. To the house of Edom, burning at the tribe of Yosef's hands, not at the outleaking tribe of Yehuda and the real fucking heroes. Israel, fix Israel, please. Remove all these rules. This is what Egypt did. You live in the past. Us Jews in exile, we live in the present, we look forward to the future now. Israel, remove federal from Israel right now. I don't care what the world told you. Don't make above the hill deal with the world. Israel, don't go over the top.